start. Okay. First of all, you all read this graph and tell me what is given. Okay.
Four
There are
citrus,
there are 4 citrus fruits. What are the 4 fruits? Can you tell me?
orange, lemon, grapefruit, and other citrus fruit.
So there are 4 fruits. One is, if I'll enlarge the size, one is oranges, one is lemons, one is grapefruits, and the last one is other fruits, the remaining fruits. Okay. And what are they giving in the question? What is mentioned?
Their export by the world's
Okay,
top.
whether
Okay. So they are telling, what are they telling? What is South Africa, Mexico, and US? If you had to tell me, what are these 3 countries? These are the top 3.
where we can
Top-
find the most
Feeds the selling.
citrus
They are the top 3 what? They're the top 3, right?
region.
World top 3 countries,
Top 3 exporters of
exporters of citrus
orange,
fruit.
Oranges.
oranges. And in this case, these countries are the top 3 of exporters of lemons. These 3 are the
Lemons.
3 countries are the top 3 exporters of grapefruits. And these 3 countries are the top 3 exporters of other citrus fruits. Is it clear for everyone this much?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So here the problem is the countries change, right? The top 3 exporters in this case in oranges are South Africa, Mexico, US. But in grapefruits, it's Turkey, US, and Argentina. So there's no way to combine these graphs. You're going to address them differently. You're going to talk about oranges first, then you're going to talk about lemons, then you're going to talk about grapefruits, then you're going to talk about other citrus fruits. There's no way you can combine them. You have to have different paragraphs for all of them, or you can combine 2 in 1 paragraph, 2 in 1, but you cannot write them together.
But
Okay.
sir, United States is exporting 3 fruits.
It's among the, it's the top, it's one of the top 3 exporters in 3 fruits.
Only
That's right.
countries.
But see, the other countries are different, right? How would I combine? Right. I would not be able to combine. I can't talk about US. For example, let's imagine. First, I come to South Africa. I talk about oranges and lemons, but then I can't talk about grapefruits and other fruits. I talk about Mexico. Again, I can talk about oranges and lemons. Then I can't talk about grapefruits. When I talk about US, I'll talk about oranges also, lemons also, grapefruits also. That won't make sense, right? It will make it very confusing. So first we'll finish off oranges, then we'll go to lemons, then we'll go to grapefruits, and then we'll go to other fruits. We'll not mix match. We would have mix
So
match.
we can combine the oranges and lemons because the name of the countries are same in both the.
We can do it, but I would just want to tell, okay, let's imagine like these are the 4 modules. I would like to tell the first, I'll cover the reading. I'll say these are the top 3 people, the toppers in reading. Then I'll go to the other module. Then I'll go to the other module. Then I'll go to the other module. I'll not mix them. I'll just be simple.
Okay.
It's not needed. Okay. So first, let's talk about the overall. What will you tell in the overall? The first feature. It's very simple. What's the
So
first?
maximum.
Maximum. You'll talk about the maximum in all the 4 fruits. So there will be 4 maximums. In case of oranges and lemons, who's the top exporter?
South Africa.
While in the case of grapefruits, it's Turkey and US. And in case of other fruits, it was
Japan.
Japan.
I'll write that. I'll do it with you, all of you. So overall, um, and just let me increase the size. Just hold on. Okay. So overall, South Africa was the top exporter, was the leading. You can also use the word leading exporter of oranges and lemons. And oranges should be in small, oranges and lemons, while Turkey and US and the US were the leaders in exports, in export of grapefruits. And Japan, I'll put a comma, and Japan was the leading was the leading exporter of other citrus fruits. Good. Now I need another feature. What's another feature you can tell me?
East.
The minimum.
Minimum. I don't want to mention minimum. Any other feature?
Which fruit was exported maximum?
Okay. Which fruit was exported maximum can be done. If you can see, oranges exports are how much? 1,000. But in this case, it says 500. If you see the overall figures also 1,000, 900, 700. These are much more than the other fruits. So among the fruits, if you want to compare, you can compare because you can see. So exports of oranges were much more significantly higher than exports of lemons, grapefruits, and other citrus fruits. That can be your second feature. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in addition, if someone is not clear, I'll explain it again. See, this is 1,000, 900, 700. If you see, these are much lesser, 500, half of that, 900, one third, 300, 700, 150, very less, 350, 350, again very less. So you can see orange exports are significantly higher than the other fruits. It becomes clear here. So in addition, exports of oranges were significantly higher than other fruits, other citrus fruits. And other is written here. So rather than writing other, I'll write the remaining than the remaining citrus fruits. So that there's no confusion. I'm not talking about that other. I'm talking about the other. So that would be my overall. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll start with oranges. We'll go from 1 to 3. That's it. So let's just begin in detail. South Africa exported the maximum oranges. I want to give the data. Tell me, how would I give the data? There are 3 ways. Tell me. I want to mention the figure. Tell me the 3 ways we can mention the figure.
With 1051 tons.
Yes, I write it like
Metric.
with a figure of 1051. Very good. With a figure of 1051 metric into 1,000 also. 1051,000 metric tons. Is it clear why 1,000? They have written 1,000 metric tons. Is it clear? Or you can just type 000. You can add if you don't want to write. Okay, good. Okay, good. What's the second way? Saman? Who said? Saman said?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We can use at.
Okay, we can also use at. And instead of with, you can directly write at here. And the third way I use as a bracket. That's what I was going to say. So you can also use a bracket like that. Because your
Can we use as?
as no. As would be wrong. As means because of. Here it does not make sense. As in a way means because. So I did not come. Let me use as in a sentence. I did not come to the party as I was sick. So as here means because. So it's a synonym for because. It's not used for data. So this is a complex sentence. We are saying 2 things. First, we are saying it exported the maximum oranges. The second thing we are saying is it exported these many oranges. That is why we are using this. Okay, let's move on. Okay, it was followed by Mexico. Okay, now the number 1, number 2 is Mexico. And again, I'm using a complex sentence with a figure of because I'm saying it is the first thing is it was followed by. So Mexico follows South Africa. That's my first feature. And the second feature in the same sentence is that it is exporting 900 million tons. Okay, 900,000 metric tons. Okay, here I have a very big thing that I want to say. Please don't mention the word least. Why would you not mention the word least? Tell me. I would not say US exported the least. Why? This is what?
Because they are the top countries that
Yes.
export.
Yes, they're the toppers. So imagine you're mentioning the three toppers in your class, and you're saying he scored the least, the last one, the third one. He's not scoring the least. He's at the third position. Is it clear? He's not at the bottom. He scored the he's scoring the third. You get the point what I'm saying?
Yes.
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 Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, so you are saying let's imagine there is a race. So the first person, obviously first, the second person, the second, then the third person is the third person. He's the third runner. He's going to get the bronze medal. And you're saying he came last in the race. He did not come last in the race. The last ones are not mentioned in this graph. Only the toppers are mentioned. So we are not going to use the word least. That is the mistake that happens in this graph. So that is why I covered this graph also, because I knew it was a difficult graph. And finally, the third highest exporter was the US, which exported about 200,000 tons, less than metric tons, less than
Mexico.
less than Mexico. I hope this is clear. Is there a problem? Let me know.
Clear now.
Clear? Was this something, would you have mentioned least or no?
I would have mentioned it. Now you have cleared it, so
Okay. Okay. So good. Something you've learned. Okay. Then you come to lemons. Okay, tell me a connector for coming to lemons.
In terms of
Yes, in terms of lemons can be one, or in case of lemons. Okay, I'll show you all the connectors I use in this case. In terms of lemons, in case of lemons.
similarly,
Next,
likewise.
not likewise. There's no similarity. Likewise we'll use when something is similar. If South Africa, okay, we can use likewise. Why? Because tell me the similarity.
Countries are
It's the
similar.
name of the countries.
Which country similar?
South Africa.
All the three, right? Okay,
All
so
the
I
three.
can say that. Okay, let's use that. Like lemons, like oranges, um, US, sorry, mention the three countries. South Africa,
South America
next,
and US.
US, the US, and Mexico were also the three leading exporters of which fruit?
lemon.
Lemons.
Lemons.
And you can give, and if you want to write it with respective figures of, uh, 500, 300, and 350.
150.
Yes. And 150 metric tons.
In metric tons.
That's it. Respectively, there's a missing 1,000 here. 1,000 metric tons. And I'm not going to use which word? Again, I've used that word. Which word?
Respective.
Yes, I used it earlier with respective figures of 500, 350, and 150 metric tons, 1,000 metric tons. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's come to now. We'll come to the next one. In this case, I'm using the connector with regard to grapefruit. Okay, Turkey and the US were the shared leader with exports of 350,000 metric tons each. Is it clear? Were the shared leaders? With regard to grapefruits, Turkey and the US were the shared leaders with exports of 350,000 metric tons each. And they were followed by, and the third position was Argentina with exports of 280,000 metric tons. Is it good till now? Any mistakes that you feel that something was not correct?
No, sir.
No? Okay. And finally, let's come to the last one. Finally, in case of other fruits, other citrus fruits, Japan took the lead with exports of 450,000 metric tons. And the second and the third position were occupied by which country?
Israel and Mexico.
With Israel and Mexico. However, why am I using this however? I find something very strange. What's strange?
Because they have different measures, 6 and 4.
It's 6 and 4, but it's very what? It's very compared with Japan. It's
Near?
very
Near?
Significantly less.
it's significantly less than Japan, right? Oh, you know, the number one is at 450. The number two is at what? 6. Don't you find that like it's like imagine something like there's a race going on and one person completes in 5 minutes and the next person completes in 20 minutes. You will say, what happened here? 5 minutes and 20 minutes, it doesn't make sense. So that is why I would say, however, their exports were significantly
Yes.
less than Japan at only 6 and 4,000 metric tons. One word should come. Please add that.
Respectively.
So that would be my whole graph. If you have a doubt, please ask me. And I know it shows 223 words. It's not 223. I have to remove this question. So remove that. So 189, that's fine. I think you can write this much. If there's a problem, please let me know. Is it clear? Was it a tough
Yes.
graph?
How about the introduction? Don't we put any introduction?
Introduction, yes, I haven't written it. I'll write it. We have to write it. The bar graph illustrates the leading exporters of,
Citrus fruit.
well, I'll just mention oranges, lemons, grapefruits, and other citrus fruits in which year? I forgot the year because
It's two years.
in 2002 something. So that would be yes, one more sentence. And remember, I can shorten it up. I can shorten it up, but I think I've written a good graph. I would write this graph, same graph in the exam. I can write it within 20 minutes easily. I'm writing it for the first time, this graph, I think. So anything you would say that you I think the second feature was very good that some of you caught on. Very good. That exports of oranges were more. This was very good feature to write. And you compare these numbers also. Sometimes you need to do that. And the person who understood that least should not be written is also did a good job. Why it should not be written. And otherwise, I would say it's done. It's easy. However, also that the thing that you recognized that it was significantly less than Japan, I think this should be mentioned, these things. Okay. I would find one mistake for me. I'm using finally twice. I would not use it twice. So I'll remove it here. I find that odd. Okay, it just doesn't. I'll just start with the third highest exporter. Every sentence doesn't need a connector. Connectors should be used as less as possible, only when they're needed. Here it was not needed, so I'll remove it. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll continue tomorrow. I hope if this is clear, tomorrow I'll also give an homework because tomorrow I'll get some time on Saturday to check. So that's it. We'll meet tomorrow for the reading class.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I have sent 2 photos of graphs in the group, so
I'll do them.
please
I'll
check.
cover them one by one. You send this one, Harpreet?
No, sir. I
Okay.
sent others.
Okay. Whatever you send, I'll cover. Just send them in the group. Okay.
Yes, I have already sent. I have
Okay.
already
I'll
sent.
cover them tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir.